I think that we all need to just slow down. In today's age, we are always in a rush to do things. We are always in a rush to finish our workout. We're always in a rush when we meet people. We're always in a rush when we go to work. We're always in a rush to get things done as fast as possible. But just because you're getting things done quickly doesn't mean you're being productive, doesn't mean that it's efficient. I have caught myself many times when I am meeting somebody, I always feel like, okay, I gotta speak really fast to get my point across. But I realize that when I do that, the other person didn't really listen to what I said or understood what I said because I was speaking so fast. And I've even had people come up to me and be like, bro, are you okay? I'm like, bro, like, what do you mean? He's like, bro, it's like you're always rushing to do things. And I came to that realization at that point that, yeah, I am really rushing a lot of stuff. I'm rushing to get up. I'm rushing to brush my teeth, like even small things. I always feel like I'm running out of time. And for that, that's causing anxiety within myself. But I've also noticed that it's causing anxiety within people that I know as well. And it's so important now in today's age to just slow the hell down, because if you don't, you're gonna burn out, you're gonna crash, and you know what? It even affects your overall physical health. When you're always rushing to get shit done, your heart rate goes up. You're constantly thinking, oh my god, I gotta get this done, oh my god, this. Worry creates more problems within yourself. Worry and anxiety and disease go hand in hand, and it's been proven by research that when you're always worried and when you have anxiety, you're at greater risk of getting a heart attack or getting other forms of serious cardiac problems. But if you are able to just take a deep breath, stop, and have intention with your actions, have intention with what you do in that particular moment, in that present time, then your anxiety starts dissipating, it starts going down, it starts going away, and then you start opening up your eyes to what you're actually doing, and you feel more relaxed. Every time I go out to the gym, I see people rushing their workouts, and people coming to the gym and people leaving. I see them just like pacing themselves, right? Like walking at a fast pace. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? What are you rushing for? You know, what are you rushing for? And the people around you as well that you socialize with, if they have those same attributes and you hang out with those types of people a lot, subconsciously it kind of goes on to you as well. You start rushing things, you start developing anxiety, you start developing worry for no freaking reason whatsoever. If you have parents, cousins, brothers, sisters, close friends, whatever, relatives, and you see them on a daily basis and they're always just so like in a rush and always getting things done, you're also going to eventually be like that as well if you surround yourself with those people long enough. And I'm not saying that you should completely cut them off. I'm saying that you should educate yourself and understand the importance of slowing down. And once you understand and educate yourself on that, you can educate the people that you care about. That way you're all working on the same thing, to slow down. I have noticed that I talk really fast, and I'm trying to work on that. I'm trying to pause after every sentence that I make so it has more intention, it has more significance. And when you're able to calm the mind through meditation, through just sitting and doing nothing, that is the best form of peace. And let me tell you, when I go hiking, like I went to Japan recently and I was hiking some mountainous regions and going to temples and stuff, it was such a relaxing feeling to just take my time and look at every single little detail, to look at the little statues and pillars that are at the temples, to look at different angles, so go up on one of the up the stairs and just look and observe the people around me, the details, the nature, the rivers, the streams, the animals, the sounds of the birds. it was such a relaxing experience. It was such a transcendent sense of feeling that I was getting, and that really resonated with me. And I've noticed that in the Western world, people rush a lot more than people in, let's say, the East. If you go to China, if you go to Japan, if you go to Korea, if you go to Thailand, if you go to these places, a lot of the time people are they're not really rushing. They're, in a way, they just tend to like take things slower than people in the West. Why is that? Why is that? You got to think about it for a second. Why is that? I think that in the West, a lot of people are stuck in the rat race. Everyone thinks that the faster you get things done, the more efficient, the more successful you're going to be. But there is a consequence to that, which is your health, your mental health. You start developing worry, anxiety, depression, all these mental illnesses because you're always in a rush. And I don't think that because you have anxiety and you worry, that's why you're doing it. I think it's because you're doing those things and that creates the anxiety and the worry. If you are able to actually sit back and take a step back and relax, you can honestly eliminate a lot of those mental illnesses that you may have by just honestly focusing, having a habit of meditating, breathing, taking slow walks, speaking slower, and just being more aware of yourself. That is the key, to be more aware of your thought pattern, to be aware of your actions, to be aware of these things, so that way you know and you can learn from it. But it's honestly crazy to me that this is how the system is the system wants you to be stuck in that wheel, that hamster wheel. Keep going as fast as you can until you freaking pass out, until you burn out, until you go freaking berserk. People nowadays are rushing to get married, have kids, do all these things, but guess what? Divorce rates are really high as well. People are rushing to purchase a house, get a mortgage. Well, guess what? They can't pay off the mortgage installments now. People are rushing to do these big things because everyone else is doing it, but they get stuck in this friggin' quicksand, and it's very difficult to get out of that. It's very hard to get out of that stuff. But the people that I know that are really into meditation, that are really into prayer, that are really into nature, those people are the calmest people I've ever met in my entire life. Those kinds of people you need to surround yourself with, because you can learn a lot from them. And those people actually have the fewest illnesses. Those people have the fewest diseases. The ones that immerse themselves with trying to better themselves through taking things slow. Those are the people that we need to learn from. Like Wim Hof, for example. Wim Hof, such a great inspirational individual. That guy definitely knows how to take things slow. He knows that. He was always immersed in nature ever since he was a child. He would always play in nature. And then he discovered breathing and cold therapy. Those two things go together to make your health a lot better, 100%. You know, I've tried it myself where I've done cold baths, cold showers, and I feel a lot more energetic. I feel like a lot better as an individual, you know? But, you know, a lot of people don't want to put in that effort to do those things, to take cold showers because it's difficult, to wake up early because it's difficult, to focus on breathing and meditation because it requires effort. But these simple things are natural cures to a lot of problems that we're facing in today's generation. But, you know, we need to start to change. All of us, we need to start to change, to get better, to help ourselves, right? And it starts by understanding yourself, by being aware of yourself. So guys, summary is just take things slow. Let me know what you think of this video. Give a like, comment, subscribe. Thank you.